Hello and welcome to Be Offended with Joe and Tim.
Hey, Joe.
Hello there, Tim.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm still in the sweat box. So, you know, do with that, mate.
And we're doing this during the heat of the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Seems like a tactical error.
I
guess it only gets hotter as the day goes on.
Yeah. So I purposely made sure that there was tape over my laptop camera. Because
that heat. Oh, because you're nude?
Very close to it.
Is this a naked show?
It's very close to it. So for safety reasons and for people's eyes to not bleed out. Yeah, I got something right off the top, just because I know it's something you're gonna have like
smart of you not to allow me to hijack the show.
Yes. I'm getting right into it. I think I've discovered something, and this might not be anything new for anybody, but I've discovered the way that you can be an asshole and people not hate you.
Say you're autistic.
That too. I have Tourette's. I'm sorry. Fuck you. No. Without claiming any kind of mental handicap.
Am I allowed to guess?
Okay. So here you go. Guess away.
Oh, so you're not faking a disability or any type of mental handicap.
Correct.
Always be rushing physically.
No.
No. I know.
Okay.
Okay, it's coming off my prior guess.
Okay.
Always be holding a cooler in your hand that says live human organs. This way, you gotta cut like every line. You know what?
Speed. That might be valid, but it's not the one I'm using.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Fake deaths of loved ones.
No.
Just okay.
This is gonna go
fake
on for
cancer. No, okay, fine. Okay,
all right. So no, sorry.
I did not get the guess. We were not docked on this one.
No docking. You have to be able to be funny. If you can be a complete asshole, but also make the person who you're an asshole to laugh, you can get away with anything. I've discovered this recently, and it's amazing, and I'm using it for evil.
Yeah. Great.
Recently.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is a fourth season of our podcast, and Joe just discovered being funny.
I'm an asshole?
No, just being funny.
I think either way it works. I have to be funny. I was just being an asshole
for my entire life. And now it's time to be funny. And I can finally start getting away with things.
Yeah. I think this is near and dear to our hearts. And
I concur, I guess. The only thing is someone well attuned to people understand the difference between someone
to the sociopathic ways of
yes like sometimes people are saying things that appear to be assholeish but actually are coming from a place of love and meant with humor and not to embarrass you,
and
or
then there's the opposite.
Or power. Yeah. So I would just say that there are people who are finely tuned to somebody who's throwing around humor to show everyone how big their dick is, and someone's throwing around humor to say, hey, we're all part of the party here.
Yeah.
And we're all having a good time.
Because I'm an equal opportunity offender.
That's true.
So for me, I'm not like pointing a finger at one group. I mean, there are some groups that I point more fingers towards, but in general,
is it really a point if you're pointing multiple fingers? Wouldn't it just be multiple points? It seems really weird to like hold back your pinky and like point with like three fingers.
Remember how Trump used to do "you're fired," but he would like do it with his whole hand instead of like a finger?
Yeah. It seems less accusatory and more perplexing to point to somebody who has more than one finger.
Keep them guessing.
So I would say you point to certain groups more often as opposed to pointing with more fingers, which just seems.
I don't claim that I'm
very against them.
Whatever. And there you go.
Okay,
you're being
anyway.
an asshole, but you're being funny. So it works.
See, exactly. See, I mastered this. This was not a recent discovery for me.
He came out of the womb
to elementary school. At least
fucking microphone.
When you realize you can just totally just eviscerate somebody with humor.
I guess when it comes, I guess this is not
He's so nervous. I can hear how nervous he is. He didn't fully think this through.
I did not.
And now, every time you start a sentence, in your head you're thinking about the end of the sentence, and like what I'm going to jump in at.
Oh my god! I guess the point of bringing it up is because
what did you?
I did something.
Okay, I was gonna say, what did you specifically do? What did you get away with? And made them laugh.
No, I made a very, I mean, it's stupid. It's a on social media. I called somebody out doing something, and my comment apparently blew up. And a lot of people started seeing it, and I'm getting a range of comments. A lot of people are it's got a lot of thumbs up. And then there's every so once in a while somebody who comes in, a small penis who decides to be like, you could be less of a dick. That was their comment, and there's been a couple of them.
Could I be?
Yeah. And I was like,
really? You don't know me, sir.
Yeah, I don't like
this is minimal dickiness.
Yeah, I was like,
I have.
Yes, exactly.
I've had multiple surgeries and years of counseling, and this is the bare minimum dickish that I can do, and it still exists. Yes, yeah.
I did this in a public forum, so at very least dickishness,
this is the least dickishness, sir.
I was like, I could be much worse.
I encourage you not to speak on topics in which you are so ill-informed going forward. Yes. Thank you. A good day.
So basically, that's what it's turned into, is all of these people who don't like an abrupt fact followed by like a cockishness about the fact being 100% true. and just like, again, it was like 95%, everybody being like, yeah, and people following in, like adding to the conversation.
Tell us what the comment is or the conversation topic or anything.
It was literally a comment about a podcast and things that they had said wrong. And it's not anything political. It wasn't anything. It was just something that I noticed that was complete and utter horse shit, which we do a lot of.
Yes.
But I called them out on it, being like, no, guys, this is just flat wrong. And that was it. And I kind of wanted to end it on that. And it was, I think it was like a sentence and a half. It was an abruptly ended sentence, if anything. And it just kind of blew up. And then every so often I'm getting these people, and they're getting angrier with this, with what I said. And one guy posted, you could be less of a dick and not so, what's the word? Passive aggressive about it, just letting you know. And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
actually just being like the definition of passive aggressive.
And so this was what started this whole thing.
Pot meat kettle.
Yes. So I just responded with a smirk, and I said, says the guy who leaves the most passive aggressive comment you could have, and I put a little kissy face.
Yeah.
To like, because the kissy face is it's what you realize, okay, I just said something stupid, and he knows it, and I know it, and we all know it. We're all in on it. And then he abruptly like deleted everything he said afterwards. I saw that he wrote a comment and it quickly deleted it, and he disappeared, and then he blocked me. I was like, oh my God, the power. So then like a couple of more comments come down, and they're all like, oh yeah. And then they were like adding on to like things. They were like, oh yeah, also this guy said this was wrong too. And so we're just having like a normal, like, bullshit internet communication. And then another guy pops up in it, says the same thing. It's a different guy, completely different area, like different part of the world. He's in UK somewhere. And he's like, man, you could learn to be less of a dick. And again, I was just like, I was getting like my thumbs are ready. Like I'm in Trump mode right now. I'm like, all right, what are we going to say here to piss everybody off? You know? And I'm mid like going to like get my ammo out. And I was like, oh, I need a little more ammo. Let me click on the guy's thing before I finish typing this. I click on his profile and it says, it says that it's private. And I'm like, oh, I don't have any more. You know, I was looking for a little bit of ammo or something. And so this is bullying 101. So
Jesus, Joe.
Yeah. So then I see that, and then I see it's just like a
so
weird.
Then I reverse Google image.
Yeah.
Picture.
So I just see like a
by his kid's profile.
Yeah,
the kid is not private.
The kid is
so
just going to some high school.
A profile pertaining to be the Purple Wiggle, and
so then.
So I'm driving by the school.
So I got a Molotov cocktail, and I'm driving by his house. No,
I'm dressed as a UPS guy. So heading into
I was on strike
his
anyway.
wife's office. Like, what the fuck, dude?
So it's private. So then I was like, all right, that's ammo in itself because it's private. So I go back to respond to the thing, being like, oh, you know, coming from the guy who's like anonymous, and I go to like re-comment on it.
Which one of your 5 Facebook profiles?
He doesn't know that.
Using?
He doesn't know that though.
He doesn't know. Yeah, okay.
He doesn't know.
Yes.
So I get.
Why don't you come out from under your keyboard? And debate me.
Yeah. Well, my AI bot just screws you over for an hour.
A picture of me from 2011.
It's not of me. Are you kidding?
With a fake first name and fake last name.
No, it's an American flag upside down. That's about it.
Jesus.
No.
Hiding behind your keyboard.
Yeah.
I was using a VPN routing you through Mongolia. Texting from a burner phone. This guy's
I only have texts. I can't even see the images.
He's the most anonymous fucking guy on the internet over here. Yelling about somebody being a private. Show yourself.
So my point is, I'm like, all right, I have at least a little more ammo to say something because my profile actually isn't private. But so I go to
not you.
Yeah. So then I'm like, all right, let me use this.
Like, this Tim guy's such an asshole. This is my picture of me and my family.
No, it's definitely John the Baby Maker.
See, it makes sense with John because they would like, you know, with the proper spelling. They would know.
Yeah.
So actually, if you were going to pretend to be anyone online, pretend to be John the Baby Maker would work because no one else, but John would be able to, his close family and friends, he'd be able to show the good spelling and prove
be proud of it.
And be proud of it. Yeah, listen, I know how many G's there are in that word. Not use all of them, I have to say.
I got the silent T. John's falling off his treadmill right now.
Silent T, I don't know what racial slur that is. You're way ahead of me.
It's pink Himalayan salt. So I'm like, all right, I don't really have much ammo, but I've got enough. And I go to comment and he deleted his comment. These people are I think they're getting enraged. Then like rereading everything and realizing it's not that bad, guys. Like what I said was just kind of blunt. And they're getting so angry. And I'm just like,
you're sending threatening letters to the fucking guy. He's like, I think they realized it wasn't that worth getting upset over. Joe, I hope you were typing in front of a mirror for all this because I would say the same thing.
It's just,
man,
that
you've been living in isolation for years, but everyone's joined your lunacy, and it really is.
They've come to my level. Welcome.
I haven't quite realized how I need to respond to it because I still need to fill my day. But all the takes after the Oppenheimer movie came out, and people are tweeting.
I don't want to know anything about it because I'm going to see.
They're tweeting unironically about all of the viewpoints that were not represented. So somebody posts that there was no woman on screen for 20 minutes. Someone else posts that they would have liked to know what the Japanese, like, it's a fucking biopic about
that's
like
the point of view of the Japanese.
It's but I was like, wow, like I don't know how to, like, I need to fill my time, but reading these terrible opinions that are or it's ruining me. And this discussion you're having about these comments back and forth, it just shows that everybody is the comments guy. That everyone stayed home for like 2.5 years and became the comments guy, and everyone is sitting there.
They're all keyboard warriors,
and they think that their opinions are important. I mean, come on. At least pay the $16 a month hosting fee if you want someone to think your opinion's important. That's what I'm saying, right? I mean, like we have your own .com. We have your own. We pay the hosting fee. We had to apply to be in all these stores.
Yes,
I mean,
we're literally global. Yes, we are a global podcast.
The bare minimum effort to say, you know what, my opinion is important. And I will put it out there.
I'm gonna pay for our little blue check. Just
okay. Well,
a little blue check just to fuck
just a little bit, actually, just to show that you know what, maybe this opinion is worth listening to. But anyway, it's just it's kind of something that floated around my head when I was reading about all these reviews.
Yeah, so you're in it too. You're secretly
about something. You know,
you're in the battle.
Yeah, it's just alone. I can hold myself. Usually I'm late to the party, so the people have already been dunked on so many times. Like all the like basically all the good jokes are gone. Yeah, but still, it's like the fact that someone at the outset was like, you know what, like this Oppenheimer movie really doesn't tell us about like how the Native Americans felt when like their land was being tested in New Mexico.
What was Vietnam like when all this was going on?
Wrong war, but that's cool.
That's the point. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, at least I was tying it into the testing in New Mexico. Come on.
I was going with these
I got you.
Anyway.
Yes. Okay. But what did all the thalidomide babies think about when World War II was happening? Yes.
Well, the fucking Eskimos. The bottom line for me was I was at least able to rebut with humor, and these people were just angry. And I was like, there's like a science to being an asshole, but also being funny about it because you know that you're being the asshole. It's a self-aware asshole.
That's what I was going to say. It's the self-aware. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's the self-awareness.
It's like I hold accountability for me being an asshole, but you don't.
Having that little bit of self-awareness.
Yes,
goes to come back in humor and fun as opposed to just reaction. Is the difference between so I'm glad, Joe. I mean, you're almost 40, and I'm glad you're finally learning these tools of how to interact nicely with other people and showing your maturity. So this is good. We'll have to get a clap this episode.
Is this an audience clap?
I mean, you're in charge of the button, so if you want to give yourself a clap.
Thank you, everybody. I'm figuring it out. I'm learning life, guys. Thank you so much.
So as long as we're talking about things we're perplexed by.
Oh, okay. What button am I going to push?
Apparently OnlyFans is trying to do a streaming service.
Oh, wait, what?
Say goodbye to ads and subscriptions. Say hello to limitless streaming with OnlyFans TV. Discover new creators and binge watch your favorite shows for free on OFTV.
Wait a minute.
They're taking OnlyFans, which is a porno website just for girls showing their buttholes. Yeah, it looks like there's In Real Life with Mia Markova.
Oh, don't play.
There's a Whitney Cummings Presents, and I see Bert Kreischer,
of course, Whitney
Jim
Cummings,
Norton,
because she's
House of Sims.
What the fuck?
And Model Farmers on OnlyFans TV. So somehow,
farmers as in like cornfields.
Model farmers. I guess like models have to become. I guess kind of like what
is it like hot farmers?
Yes, I think it's models who then maybe like remember Nicole Richie and
Paris
Hilton did that Simple Life.
So cowboy boots, the hat, the bikini with an American flag, and like a corn dildo.
Basically, you're looking at it's 3 women in pink like tube toppy things, 3 women in blue tube toppy things, all wearing jeans and boots and cowboy hats. So it looks like maybe there's some kind of pink versus blue model. But OnlyFans being, I'm very, very confused by this. OnlyFans is trying to move on from being a subscription-based porno site to some kind of streaming service, and I need to know who is subscribing. What are these shows? What are they thinking? Are they going to get rid of all of the sex workers?
I know
it's very confusing.
I have an answer.
Are they trying to become publicly traded or something?
I know what the answer is because I'm aware of this circle. Not of the OnlyFans circle. Twitch streaming is a huge deal for a lot of these chicks. Most of these girls on OnlyFans also stream on Twitch, and they make a shit ton of money off of these like teen boys who jerk off to them, like in their watching them play video games in their bikinis. They get two things at once. They get video game distraction, and they get the hot girl being stupid and like having her mouth open, for 14 minutes. Whatever it is, they see that every single model also has a link to their Twitch, because on Twitch you can tip the girl. So that's how they make all the money, is they get these tips. So
right, well, they're going to do sex. This is streaming platform.
Yeah. I'm saying
there's a ban on sexually. No, but it's not streaming as in live streaming. It's a streaming as in it's they're trying to compete with Paramount Plus.
Movies?
Yes. They're trying to compete with exactly. It's a ban on sexually. It's not a streaming. It's not that kind of streaming. It's a streaming as in like Peacock or something.
Yeah, no, that's just
so they want people. Yeah, what is OnlyFans TV? And it's no sex.
Why don't they just contact us? We know. We have
not
the pulse
feature
on
any
America.
X-rated content. It's crazy.
This is full
You've never
circle.
heard of this either. That's because apparently they launched this in 2021.
Yeah, no.
Streaming platform does not feature any X-rated contents, with the site saying that videos must be safe for work, meaning there cannot be any nudity implied, not even implied nudity.
Then what's the
or
point?
Sexually explicit content. I mean, literally, our podcast would be banned because Joe is.
Oh no, I'm naked right now.
Okay, well we're banned. We're banned from OnlyFans TV.
We're banned from
even you implied it.
Yeah,
we just It features content from OnlyFans stars who are expert in fitness, food, dating, music, comedy, and more.
So
fans can join their favorite OnlyFans creators to learn to cook their favorite meal, follow along with a workout routine, discover a new makeup tutorial, and much more. So basically, they're trying to monetize. I guess instead of putting your show on YouTube and having to worry about the ad revenue, instead you would bring your show to OnlyFans TV and charge a subscription fee. For the you need to pay a subscription fee to see OnlyFans creators content. For the content on OFTV stream platforms completely free to view.
Why would I pay?
I don't. Why would anybody?
Why would anybody pay? The whole reason YouTube works is because it's ad based. It's the only reason it's been around since ever.
It's the weirdest. I saw an ad for this, and I screenshot the ad to talk to you about it because you're usually more in tune with the with the streaming world, the pervert world.
Before
this seems like up your alley, and you've never heard of it.
No, I've not only never heard of it, but when we had an episode where we talked about OnlyFans was going to decide to stop porn,
doing porn for a while,
and
then they quickly reversed.
Yeah, and I said. In context of the situation, I was like, oh, that's committing suicide. Like, you're literally getting rid of the one thing that's keeping people going to you. So I think this was maybe the alternative to that, because I think it was around 2021 when we had this discussion about it. So maybe this was the alternative. They decided really quickly they want something that isn't porn related that they can make money off of.
Well, good luck.
For whatever reason. I don't know why. Like, you're $1 billion company.
But you still have to type in OnlyFans. Your wife is still seeing it. Doesn't
it's
honey,
still blocked by browsers.
It's a subscription based. She's leaving you. It's a subscription
as
based.
The kids are going in the car.
They don't even allow implied nudity. You're just honey, why are you?
She's cooking. That's all she's doing. She's baking cookies.
She's just, sure she is. Yeah.
And they're not even penis cookies that she eats on camera. They're just
the funniest
cookies.
Thing is, I should have done another angle on this.
Okay.
I should have told you I discovered OnlyFans TV and recommended it to you.
And then then
you would have downloaded it without like knowing.
All lubed up, ready to go.
You would have been all lubed up
on my white couch
for like 45 minutes. And you keep waiting for someone to come in.
Because I watched the story.
You're sitting there.
I don't fast forward. I watched the story.
The whole time. It's like, okay, well, the bundt cake is done. Clearly in 8 minutes, she's going to have to do a celebratory dick sucking or something. It just ends.
When's the electrician show up because the oven's not working?
She's doing yoga and you expect like the instructor to come in, and start fingering her or something.
He's stretching her out. No,
he's really stretching her out. It's just really a hamstring stretch tutorial.
There's no camel toe either. I'm like, what is going on?
No. Yeah, they have. Well, they can't have even implied.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like.
They're all wearing like just this really thick
She's got like a pad on.
Yeah.
Hiding her fucking vagina.
Like a little like exterior sumo belt around her yoga pants to really make sure you don't even get a hint of.
You see, maybe it'll work in Japan, but they like the censored stuff. They don't. They like this.
Oh, that'd be really funny though. I wish I knew another really big pervert set of you that I could recommend. Like, oh, dude, I found this thing, man. You got to download it. Yeah, no. And then they just sit there all lubed up and they waste like an hour of their life just trying to find the sexy to happen. It just never happens.
If they allow comments, I mean, I can go on there.
Well, you'd be arguing with yourself. The initial announcement was from 2021, and then the news article's from 2022.
Wow.
So apparently this thing's been around for a while. And I only heard of it from a Twitter ad, and I only screenshotted it to make fun of it. So
that's great. That's a good discovery, though, because nobody else did.
Yes. This is a fully original. You won't hear an OnlyFans TV discussion on any other podcast because apparently no one has heard of it.
My God. Well, I mean, so it's part of OnlyFans. Here, it's for segue. Where's the
Jesus? It's okay just to have a conversation, Joe.
I'm in radio.
That reminds me of X.
There it is.
You can just say, "Oh, that reminds me."
So I discovered something fairly recently. I don't know why I haven't noticed this earlier, but
how are you going to setting up for comedy mode? Is it a new Lego set? What is it?
No. It's on topic, so it's okay. I recently was using Firefox browser. Sponsor us, please. We need something, anything.
Isn't it a free browser?
Shut up. You can pay. There's things you can pay for. Don't worry. And I noticed that when I went to go do my daily OnlyFansing, that there was...
You're not paying for porn.
No, I am being on OnlyFans. No.
Oh, okay, I got you.
There you go.
Uploading your nude podcast videos.
Yes, exactly. There's a camera right now recording me naked.
That's why you cover the one camera. You want people hacking for free.
Of course,
want them to
they need to pay for
your camera. Yes.
Yeah. For a low fee of $7.99 a month. No, and I noticed that if I typed it, now I don't need to hide my porn links. My porn links on my like naughty boy computer, it's free for all. It's just there. I don't have to hide anything. But when I go to type in, like if I want to put an X in my browser, right? And I just hit the X button, it doesn't show any of my porn. There's no setting. I didn't do this. I didn't make it. There's by default. If you have previously visited any porn website and you type in P or you type in X or any of the
it doesn't autofill?
It doesn't autofill. It'll give you everything else but that. And it'll pull up the websites that I've been to previously with a P or an X in it, but it will not be the porn version. It protects you by default.
Convenient or inconvenient?
It's convenient for the rest of the world.
If you're sharing a browser with someone else,
yes.
But it's inconvenient because now you have to remember the names of all your porno sites.
But Firefox is aware of this, and they've purposely implemented a safety feature so that when you go to type P in your thing and you've recently been to Pornhub, it doesn't pull it up immediately and be like, oh, Pornhub, the stepsister stuck in a dryer, like it won't pull up the last thing. It'll pull up, like if I do like F, it's going to pull up like Fox News. It's not going to pull up, whatever. It's only going to pull up something safe. And it's recent. This isn't like it's pulling up a website, like a generic website. It's pulling up things you've gone to before. So it's purposely not showing your naughty boy site.
It's very interesting.
Firefox, everybody.
Wow. Yeah, I don't have a bit for it.
No, it was just a factual thing.
It's good to know to use that as...
yes.
Do they make a Firefox browser for the phone, I guess?
They do. I have it. Yeah. And it's a very good browser. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. That's it. We gotta go. I realize everything's flashing.
Okay, we can take a break.
Yeah.
come back with. I got a few.
You got some shit? Okay.
Yeah, I got. You got two choices.
Ooh, I like when we have choices before the break.
Buttholes or high school?
Can we please just combine the two?
We'll be right back.
I think we need to combine the two. And we're back.
So, Joe, what will it be? Buttholes or high school?
I still think we should combine them, but I'll go with high school. I'm feeling
high school.
Yeah, feeling away from the buttholes today.
We had a real live Never Been Kissed, Joe. Remember the movie Never Been Kissed?
Yeah, barely. I'm immediately thinking of...
What about 21 Jump Street? A real life 21 Jump Street.
I remember the original 21 Jump Street.
Okay, a pint-sized man, 26, poses at a teen in 2 Nebraska high schools.
Wait.
And he's now been charged with sex crimes.
Wait.
Yes, he's a teenage student. Yes, he's 26, but he's very tiny.
Okay,
and looks young. So he enrolled in 2 high schools in Nebraska. He pretended to be a 17-year-old junior to enroll at Northwest High School in Lincoln, Nebraska. Then transferred to Southeast High School to commit sex crimes. So I'm just trying to figure out, he's 5'4". He weighs 120 pounds.
Oh, he's a waif.
He actually graduated in 2015 from Southeast High School. Wow, really good naming here.
Yeah. They're calling out all these schools.
Yeah. No, it's just funny that I guess they must have 4 high schools and just name them by what direction in Lincoln, Nebraska they're in. But I'm just trying to figure out, how they caught on to him, when he's asking girls for their MySpace profiles.
He's got it a little bit wrong.
Yeah, how do you think they caught on to him? He's a 26-year-old in high school. Yeah, what do you think he did wrong? Because he has the size. He had a fake birth certificate, so he could. Yeah.
Wow, this is a lot of effort for some teen
poon.
Yeah, this is.
And he's a sick guy too because he enrolled as a junior. So because what's the age of consent in Nebraska? Because you figure a senior is probably
pretty
18.
low though. Most
senior,
of those states.
So he probably could have got a senior in high school legally.
Yeah.
So he had to enroll as a junior
so it's 16.
to open up
it's
the
16 years old. Is the age of consent.
So he had to enroll as a junior to, I guess, open up that freshman talent pool, I guess.
Option.
Yeah.
But what's his end game? Is it
just getting teenage underage girls committing sex crimes? Apparently,
but he has to be at least good at school enough to stay in school, enrolled.
That's
there's
a lot of effort.
More. There's a lot more complexity to this.
He had to show up. He had to get a little backpack.
Yeah, he's got to get ID'd every morning.
He had to walk to the bus stop.
He's got his own locker.
Park his car somewhere.
He's got to get the textbooks registered.
He had to ask for rides all the time.
This is a lot of fucking effort. How good is it out there in Nebraska?
Yeah, it's. But at 26, so how many years do you think he tried to get? Is he?
Is this ongoing? Is this just what he's caught? Is this like the Gilgo?
Well, that's the question. Is this
been going on for so long we don't even know?
Was he a normal person, and then as he gets older and farther away from high school and everyone grows up and he stays as a little diminutive man, that he can't get women his own age, so he had to go to high school?
But why not?
Was he always a pervert? I mean, it's like a desperation, he's going to the bars and they don't believe he can get in, and he's asking a girl out, and they're like, okay, that's cute, high school kid. So he's like, you know what, fine, everyone thinks I'm in high school, I'll just go back to high school.
I want,
or is he a pedophile?
There's 2 ways of looking at it, which you've brought up.
Okay.
I would say that if he felt like he was short and small and everybody thought he was in high school, right? Then he has very little chance of finding any woman his age to even believe he's of age. So maybe he, I don't know, it seems like it's both. I think maybe it started as if he's this young looking and this small, that he just ended up always dating younger girls, but then it became like an obsession or something. It's a lot of effort. I don't know. I would not want to go back to high school like that. Like, there's too much effort there.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it, man.
It's not worth it.
There are small girls out there.
If you're going to commit sex crimes, it's much easier.
Yeah,
to
there's
not have
easier
to, like,
ways,
also learn
buddy.
algebra about it. Like,
You have to. He has to also just like, oh, but if he's bad in school, he'll just keep getting held back.
Well, maybe,
and then it makes more sense.
It's part of the plan. That he's just perpetually.
Just,
that's the thing about high school girls.
Yeah. they keep
older,
cycling through.
But they stay the same age.
Yeah.
Famous
He's
from Dazed and Confused.
Perpetually dating the freshman.
Yeah. Do you think it's like was he too? Because I forgot everything, especially math, right?
Oh,
so like,
forget it.
Like, do you think they figured out because he was so bad at math that like anyone who had taken, sophomore math would have been better at junior math? Or was it like he was too good at like history or something? Like he had too much, like, because in the humanities classes, like English or social studies or like history, like he probably had economics, like he probably had too much of a sophisticated knowledge
knowing,
base.
yeah.
But then you go to something like science and math, and he probably was like borderline like slow / like special needs.
I think
because of the fact that he actually hadn't taken those classes in like 8 to 10 years.
Yeah, I think most people would flunk high school if they went back to high school 20 years later.
I would flunk math and science. I would probably
I would
able
excel.
to handle, I would be able to handle English. And,
I would excel. I would excel in history because now I like history.
And
like
you
I
know
would
more
excel
about it. Yeah, you lived it actually.
Yeah. I'm part of it. I'm part of it. It's like, I know this.
That's how his girlfriend got suspicious. They were studying for history together, and he kept yelling out spoilers.
We're talking about the Gulf War. Well,
they're learning about 9/11, and she's like, "Well, I hope a second plane doesn't hit." And he's like, "Well, let me tell you something.
Wait till Building 7 comes down.
I hope the buildings don't come down.
Why Building 7?
But none of the other buildings." And then she figures out that he's really old because it's all the history spoilers.
I fucking know too much.
Yeah.
He's from the future.
They're debating the war in Afghanistan, or like, it's like, well, certainly we won't go into Iraq. He's like,
weapons of mass destruction.
But Billy, we haven't taught the next section. Have you been reading ahead, or are you a 26-year-old posing in high schooler who knows that we went into Iraq after going into Afghanistan?
I mean,
well, boyfriend, I sure do hope they find the weapons of mass destruction. So, freshman girlfriend, I hate to tell you, but spoiler alert, having lived through it, I mean, having read ahead of the history book,
having these history books for 20 years. I mean,
yes.
Fuck. No, I think it's a lot of effort. I don't think. I think most people have nightmares about being back in high school. Like being like getting stuck and failing like a class. Like I've had one or two nightmares where I've been back in high school and I'm sitting down for a test and I have no fucking.
So that would overpower like the horniness.
I think
like you have to be really horned up to get over the anxiety of failing a test. No, I think what happened, maybe they caught him when he like signed out his textbook and they like screw, how you read
it's
the names
cursive,
above it.
And they don't teach cursive.
I was thinking the handwriting match.
I was thinking cursive. He's like, he writes cursive and they haven't taught cursive in 10 years.
That in school anymore.
How did you learn cursive, Billy?
Funny. Like, Joe Thompson, your handwriting really matches this Stephen Miller guy who went to school. He graduated in 2015. It's identical handwriting. And it's textbook that he signed out. Yes.
No, I like
he's being stuffed into his old locker.
He gets bullied again because he's still small.
He's so small. But he knows the combination now, so they figure it out. You've been stuffed into that locker before, haven't you? This isn't your first
shit. Oh my God. He's got to get bullied.
He's old enough to drink.
Yeah,
he
because
he has to pretend to get bullied. Yeah,
for a high schooler, he's still small. The football team, especially in one of those towns, those are like pro athletes already. They're like 6'2" and like 300 pounds.
the poor guys are interviewing their classmates. It's like, I showered with a man. I didn't know he was a grown adult. And that was just adding humiliation to his sex crime. Everyone knows when they saw him naked in the shower, no one knew he was a full-grown man.
No, this is...
His girlfriend comes over and
way too much.
They're listening to Taylor Swift, but it's not the parentheses Taylor's version. He only has
the
all
originals.
the originals, so they know he's not. He's not in high school because he has the original. He's emailing everybody from his Yahoo account. They're like, "Yeah, I don't believe you're a high school student. You have a Yahoo email account." He
still has his old AOL.
No, he's too young for. He's 26. So
26. You're right.
Yeah, so he doesn't have AOL or Hotmail, but he would have been right at that Yahoo Gmail switch.
Yep. My God. No, it's not worth it at all, dude.
He joins the fantasy football league, and like his history goes back like way too far. This guy was playing fantasy football at 4, or he's not at all.
No, I like the idea of him getting bullied, and then that's why he's transferring schools. It's not because the pussy's dried up. It's because he's getting bullied again. And he's having to reintroduce his life.
The second school that he transferred to was the one he graduated from. So what a zero.
How the hell?
That none of the teachers or janitors or nobody, we're supposed to believe that nobody.
I guess maybe the staff swapped out a lot.
Oh, Zachary Psych. SCHI Psych. Like Reich. Instead of Reich, like Psych.
My name is
That's
Zachary.
His real name.
Psych. That sounds like some guy who is older.
SCHEICH.
They haven't used the word psych in a while.
He used the alias Zach Hess, but he changed it. It was Zachary with a CH, and he changed it to Zach ZAK. So no one would know. That's kind of like what you do on your fake Facebooks, right? Yeah.
I can't.
But what a zero that he actually transferred into the he blended with other students, spent a total of 54 days at both schools during the 2022-2023 academic year.
That's insane.
So he actually went to school. And it started as a fraud investigation. He received a tip about an alleged impersonator named Zach Hess, who contacted female students by phones or computers. Yeah, so it probably was used by texting from his flip phone.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, I don't believe that you're really a high school student.
He's a landline for some reason.
Yeah. Like, you hear like the dial up in the background. No, he's only 26. He didn't have it.
No.
Yeah.
No,
we need a 26-year-old to give us the.
I don't need. I don't know what a
26-year-old is. I'm way older than that.
Yeah.
That's a full generation.
Actually, I can call my exes. I can get some insight to this. Oh my God!
There's a whole list of victims. Apparently, he did good. I guess he did for his 26-year-old. Because that's always a thought too. He
could have done so much more with this. Like, I think the least thing was like the girls. I think he could have turned it around and he could have been like popular and reinvented himself. It's like going back in time.
That was Never Been Kissed. That was the whole premise of Never Been Kissed. That she went back to high school. She was a loser in high school and she came back. And then she reinvented herself as cool.
So that's what he could have done.
This guy went back to have sex crimes.
No, this guy's just a loser.
He was arrested at a local library.
Of course he was. Studying for the tests he keeps failing.
That's interesting. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of sexual assault using an electronic device. What? So you think was it like a remote controlled like dildo?
He had a remote vibrator. Hugo's for him.
Yeah, using electronic sexual assault using electronic device. So maybe he was using a dildo.
Did he shove his phone in her? What?
That's very weird.
I don't know what that means. I didn't know that was something on the penal code, whatever it is. I don't know that was a phrase in the legal language. Sexual assault with a digital device. What if it was analog?
Wait. He was scheduled to attend summer school, but he did not. So.
Wow. I mean, summer school, there's probably some hot, like, degenerate girls who would want to fuck a lot.
No, you nailed it. You nailed it with, he got left back. Like, he literally got left back. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You nailed that because he was too dumb He's just there to meet underage girls.
He didn't do anything,
and he so
he blew
it. He didn't think of the learning part, and then he actually had to go to summer school.
He had to go to another school afterwards too. Nah, he failed.
Okay, I gotta look up with this Nebraska. I'm very curious about what this sexual. Sexual assault with an electronic.
With an electronic device, not digital.
Electronic communication device.
Oh, okay. Communication
sexual assault, use of electronic communication device.
So what does he do? He's texting her like,
no person shall knowingly solicit, coax, entice, or lure.
Lure?
Yes. No, I'm reading this very carefully too. A child 16 years of age or younger.
Can't cast that rod out. It's just not allowed.
Okay, so you can't knowingly solicit, coax, entice, or lure a child 16 years or younger, which means the age of consent 17.
Oh, it's 17 there. Okay.
Or a peace officer who is believed by such person to be a child 16 years of age or younger by means of electronic communication devices. That term is defined in other paragraphs.
This guy's an idiot. It's just an idiot.
Okay, so I guess he was basically
he was sexting.
He was charged with sexting with minors.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
He could have done that without going to high school. Why did he have to do the whole high school thing?
Because none of them were on MySpace. He's just sitting there hanging out on MySpace. He's like, where are the young kids hanging out these days? I guess I got to enroll in high school.
This guy did a side quest for no reason.
Wow, that's so funny. But he was literally charged with
God,
with sexting. So he didn't even.
There was no penetration.
He didn't even close. He had 54 days, and he had 54 days, and he couldn't even close.
I could have closed that afternoon. What the fuck is he doing?
Wow, this guy sucks.
This guy really is stupid. He had so many choices. He could have reinvented his life. He could have done anything he wanted. He could have become like the smart, cool kid in school. He could have done anything because he knew everything already. Apparently, he's just that dumb.
Well, he'll be in prison for a very long time.
Yeah, apparently.
And I guess
for sexting. You fucking idiot.
I knew you'd love that story, Joe.
It's just so much. There's just so many obstacles for such little reward.
Yeah.
It's like,
and also you're committing sex crimes, but it seems
but that's
your theory of there's much easier ways to commit sex crimes.
There's much easier ways to commit sex crimes, but also there's also just date a girl who's 17, who's legal. What the fuck?
It's good to know that the younger girls aren't into older guys, though, because I feel like when we were seniors in high school, there were definitely some girls who had boyfriends who were 22 or older. So it's nice to hear that he had to pretend to be a high school student.
Joe does not have any comment on
to get a high school girl. It's nice because I know when we were growing up in the late 90s and early 2000s, there were definitely some young women with some older men. So it's good to hear.
I know nothing about this, so I don't know. This is a topic I can't comment on.
I haven't asked you a question about it. I'm just. It's very, very suspicious.
There's nothing suspicious at all. I don't even know what we're talking about.
Very suspicious.
I don't. So about that sports team.
Do you want to hear about the anuses?
No. I think we're enough.
This is a separate story. And Joe is an amateur proctologist, as we know.
Amateur. I'm in training.
Unlicensed proctologist. I mean,
I think after you get 10,000 hours of something, you're automatically a professional, regardless of if you're licensed or not.
You must have missed this story in your research.
Okay.
Because apparently, pigs can breathe through their buttholes, and so can you.
Wait,
Scientists say. Clinical human trials of the intestinal breathing method could start as early as this year, which this is an article from July 2022. So I'm not sure it started yet, but apparently the anus can help animals breathe. Buttholes can help. A team of scholars in Japan. Wait. I started the news, but wait.
Yes. And then there we go. It's our favorite Japan minute.
Yes, and your favorite Japanese buttholes, because in the last episode, Joe talked about the butthole sniffing museum. So apparently there's a different team of researchers
There's a lot of butt research there.
Yeah, or it could have been the same team, I guess. But a team of scholars in Japan. Oh, actually, they call them scholars.
Yes,
a team of perverts in Japan have found that pigs can absorb oxygen through the anus.
Who discovers this?
And studies exploring treatment for people with respiratory conditions.
Who's the dude who's blowing air up a pig's ass to keep it alive?
By pumping oxygen and oxygenated liquid through animals' buttholes into their intestines, the researchers found that they could survive without breathing through lungs. I can't wait till the next time Joe is caught sexually assaulting somebody. He just claims that he's delivering CPR. As he's, yeah. I swear, I thought she was choking, and I was delivering CPR through her butthole because I read this article about a team of researchers in Japan who said you could pump oxygen liquid through animals' buttholes into their intestines, and they could survive without breathing through their lungs.
Who's the idiot? Japan, guys. Japan. No, you Japanese listeners.
So there was it was a mixed fetish. There was
hentai are you watching?
He probably had like a girl or a hooker or somebody, and he was into like a choking fetish, or like a plastic bag or something.
Yeah, they do that. They have the bag thing.
And he was eating her ass. And she passed out because he was like really deep eating her ass, and he's just eating it and like he missed and then. So she totally suffocates. Like she has the belt is too tight, the plastic bag's over her face, and then she survived because he was eating her ass so deep. So then he went back to the lab, and then he said, "Hey guys, I think we should do a study about whether or not you can breathe through your asshole because you'll never believe what happened to me.
You'll never guess what I discovered.
Never guess what happened." But I literally, she was there, plastic bag over her head, not breathing. Survived because I was eating her asshole, and I believe that we should do a study on this. So
I don't know what kind of sick fucks. I mean, I do know what kind of sick fucks. I just
wish this was around when I was a lifeguard. You're just doing.
Well, you learned the compressions to staying alive, but what you didn't know,
you didn't realize is that one person's supposed to be under them.
One person's got to lift the legs up and go down.
So it kind of makes sense because it's
the intestinal wall absorbs everything.
So the oxygen, is
very
coming
absorbent
through the intestines. So and then I guess it's working its way. It makes sense.
It's oxygenating your blood. It makes 100% sense.
So it's working its way back through. So instead of coming in through the air waves, it comes to the oxygen. The lungs basically are useless, and then the oxygen goes in. Yeah. So it makes sense.
This is so stupid.
I like that they say this. Normally, when a patient needs oxygen, doctors opt for mechanical ventilation, which pushes air into the lungs through the windpipe.
Could you imagine?
But I suppose they could also just blow it into their asshole through a straw. Imagine? So I'm glad this was a...
Could you imagine the problem when ventilators happen in COVID?
Oh, and there was a where was this pre-COVID? There were not enough ventilations.
The ass blowing.
Yes, where was the
Maybe this is why they were researching it.
Yes, they're just taking championship swimmers and giving them one of those big like smoothie straws.
Oh my God.
And you just sit there blowing into the
but you wouldn't even
asshole.
do it. You would do it with a bellows. You would do it with like a
No, I like it more because
you like it more human. But we're exhaling the wrong.
Insurance isn't going to pay for this, so it has to be very rudimentary. Like it's
bellows is pretty. Bellows has been around since like the 17th century. Some leather and wood,
like a big iron lung thing, where you're playing like a big accordion or something.
Yeah, it's just a bellows, like when you blow a fire, an old timey fire with. Hey there! Need to wake up your wife after you've suffocated her?
Yes.
Get the old bellows up the air. Keep her alive and kicking.
Leeches on her wounds and a tube in her butthole.
Put some leeches on her face to keep her looking young.
Modern medicine, yes. Here I am, and my doctor. Yes, I would love to give you a tour. Here I have my belts for surgery, my leeches for infection, and this is the tube in which I blow into assholes if they're having respiratory distress.
Discovered by Dr. Moore on his trip to Japan.
Hold on a second. I can't continue the tour without without smoking my Lucky Strike cigarettes. 'Cause I'm a doctor, and most doctors smoke Lucky Strike than any other brand of doctors.
Blow the smoke.
Actually, I had one patient, they couldn't smoke their Lucky Strike. I said, no problem, patient. I took the cigarettes. Get that fine nicotine through your lungs, even if you can't breathe, with our bellows and Lucky Strike anuses.
That's why colon cancer spiked.
That's how it started. Yeah, everyone was like, "You can't smoke. You got throat cancer." Ah, well, I can inhale it through my anus.
Were you in war and have a trach? No problem with our new anus adapter.
Yes. A little bowl and a tube right over your Lucky Strike cigarettes. Take it right into the intestine, just like God intended. If God didn't want you smoking Lucky Strikes, why would he have given you an anus?
Why would he allow your ass to suck in the nutrients?
Sometimes your hands are full and you still want to smoke a cigarette.
The French. Oh my God, the French.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God.
It must be very, very crowded down there between the mistresses and the cigarettes. Oh my God. It's like Grand Central Station down there at the anus. Everything coming in and out. Oh, the Greeks. Forget about the Greeks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you go to France and all the cigarette smoke, but everybody's eating their food.
Yeah. Where are these cigarettes coming from? Yeah.
They have holes in the chairs. Just smoking out their ass while they consume their French wine.
So imagine there's like a choking thing, but you don't have any type of sharp object to make a trach.
No.
Are you doing ass to mouth?
Are you doing the human centipede?
Are you doing ass to mouth? If a loved one is choking and the airway is blocked, you can't get it out with a Heimlich. You can't make a trach.
Some girls do ass to mouth
over,
just because.
I'd blown into the asshole until the doctors arrive, until the EMS arrive.
Do you need to use your tongue to keep it open? What's the method?
Every time, I'm sorry, Tim. I'm sorry. We did everything we could. Well, did you? Did you do everything you could? Because
there's one more step.
I don't think you tried to shoot oxygen up the anus of my loved one. So I don't think you did everything you could have done.
This could be used against people.
You could have done. The
doctors tried everything they could.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would sue for malpractice. I'd be like, listen, you did everything you could. Well, you didn't blow oxygen up the asshole, and now I'm suing you for malpractice.
Fucking guys. Wow. Well,
I had two good ones today, Joe.
Yeah, that's why I let you just keep rolling. I got a little one. I'm gonna put it in.
I wonder how many people that's the last thing they ever heard. What's funny, actually, by the way, it was a little aside. When they caught the Gilgo Beach serial killer, and Joe texted me just to make sure that
I was
like a proof of life.
I am not in
it was breaking
prison
news
right
like
now.
that. So he
if you're waiting by your phone, it's not me.
So Joe is not the Gilgo Beach serial
I've been
killer.
Cleared. Thank you, everybody. No, those girls weren't my type. I wouldn't kill anyway. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Speaking of high school,
sure. Are you really going to try and follow the pig anus story?
No. It's just a little anecdote, if you can call it that. We've got 9 minutes. Let's see what I can do in 9 minutes. No, 7 minutes. I have 7 minutes. So, in high school, I've done a lot of stupid shit in high school, right? Like, that's what I've been doing.
Re-enrolling at the age of 26.
Yeah. So, in high school, right, there was a lot of crazy shit that went down in my life. But before that, in middle school, you guys didn't know I existed. I came in new.
Oh no, you didn't live in our town.
Exactly. So I was a mystery.
I've got take us long to figure you out, Joe. That was not exactly an enigma wrapped in a riddle.
I lived in a small town, and
John Mellencamp.
I got no way to put this. Okay, so in middle school,
what? we have 7 minutes. He's using 5 of it on the setup. It's always a good
because there's no punchline. All right, so have you ever had like a situation where your life was in danger, like from another person? Not like you got stuck in a riptide or your hoagie rolls disappear. You know, like
an actual danger,
like actual like life threat. Okay, so I have on a few occasions.
Not surprised.
And in middle school,
because you only just learned recently and had to be an asshole.
It's like you have to have comedy. There was this kid in school who stole. I don't remember what he stole from me, but he stole something from me, and I knew it was him. And so I followed him back home, back to his place, which was this like apartment, like right off the main road. And I followed him back and I was like, listen, I'm not giving up. You just give it back. I don't like, I'm not playing around. Give it back, you know, middle school shit. And so he goes inside the house and I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm sitting out on your steps and that's it. So he goes, he closes the door on me. He goes and disappears and I'm standing there and I'm like, fuck this. He's not coming back out without like my object, whatever it was. So I then am like looking, he had one of those doors that there's like a glass thing you could see through. So I'm like looking in his house and I like hear something through the door. I don't know what it was. And then I hear like him coming down the stairs. And then I see his feet and he's coming down the stairs.
Right, here he is with my item. Returning.
Yes, correct.
I will just wait here.
I will just stand here and wait.
I put my foot down and here comes my item.
And here comes a double
Let's complete this transaction.
Barrel shotgun pointed at me. Middle school, everybody. So he comes down the stairs with his shotgun.
Very irresponsible gun ownership by the man's father.
Yeah. Well, it's middle school, so you're not like 7. You know what a gun is. But
still, whoever the adult in the house probably should have had a gun safe or something.
He was old enough to have used the gun himself. But anywho, he's got the gun. He's got the shotgun. He's pointing it at my head, and I am still asking for this fucking thing. I am so not intimidated. I said to him, I'm like, are you going to kill me on your front step?
Over
for whatever this stupid thing was. Like I tried to like, I guess even then I was trying to be the asshole with the humor, but I was trying to like show him how stupid he was being because I knew he wasn't going to shoot me. But at the same time, there's like a legitimate 12 gauge shotgun double barrel at my head. And I did not give up. And I literally stood on that step. He walked away, went back inside, opened the door again, threw the thing at me. And he said, get off my fucking house or steps or whatever. And I walked away and I was like,
wow.
I walked back home. And I didn't even think anything of it. I didn't think anything of this. I don't remember this for years. I have like, it was just a thing because apparently my life was so crazy that was just another thing in my life that has happened.
That happens.
I'm going through, after I moved into my new house now, I'm going through old things and I'm going through my middle school. It's not a yearbook, but it's like a thing that you write notes in. And people like sign it and they put a little note. It's like a signature thing that middle schoolers did back in the day. So I'm looking through it. I'm looking at all these things and seeing who's a potential, wife. And I'm reading all these comments and jokes and things from my friends. And I get to this page and it literally says, hope you do well in high school. I enjoyed pulling a shotgun on you. Have fun, your friend, and then his name. And it just hit me then. And I was like, oh my God, he did pull a shotgun on me and he wrote it down and signed it.
Should got him arrested.
Yeah, is the statute of limitations?
Statute of limitations on menacing is it's pretty short. Yeah,
I don't think it could work. But it was just another little weird Joe story that I discovered that I didn't remember until I opened up and like looked through my pages and this little note about shooting.
Not many people would not remember getting a gun pulled on them.
I guess there's just been so many things. So much adventures in my life that the shotgun being pulled on me was just not really that scary.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll have to hear more about your childhood adventures on a future episode.
Yes, there will be more.
Yes. See what happened before that incident that you were not bothered at all, even the tiniest bit by.
No.
So, yes.
Find us everywhere. Someone sponsors.